Welcome to Talladega Superspeedway, qualifying underway for the Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series. Watch Ethan Evers in the 26, one of the first cars to get rolling for his qualifying. Cars will have 2 laps plus their warm-up lap. Try and set their quickest time. Ethan Evers already bailing out on his lap. Jeremy Scher out on track. Ian Montrose, Dave Hoytsma, Jake Lawrence, Cody Cleaver, Andrew Cootie, Lucas Hoytsma, J.R. Deal, Justin Hort, Peter Theriot, Quinn Newton, Travis Grametta. Big field tonight. Newcomer in this Castrol 25. Told me to call him JC. Is it fair enough? Kelly Hyatt, Jackson Carr, Paul Gallimore, Brandon Bikey, all out on track for their first time lap. Right along with Scher till we get a lap time down. So he heads to the start finish. Now he has officially begun his first lap. It's weird at Talladega because you come out and cross the start finish line at the end of pit road. So you get an extra lap, essentially. Cars that look like they're not qualifying look like Nick Hammer, Daniel Llewellyn, Mark Dingman, Cliff Mullins, Jeremy Clapper-Newell, and Nathan Harper. All of those drivers have not opted to go out on track. First time is on the board. Ian Montrose sets the benchmark at a 54.18. Jackson Carr jumps up to the top spot in his monster Toyota. Andrew Cootie in second. Carr with the one and done. Cootie stays on the loud pedal. Travis Grametta jumps up to second. Gallimore supplants him for P2. Cody Cleaver jumps up to fourth. Ethan Evers goes top of the charts in the 26. He rolls it to a stop and takes off. And then Lucas Hoytsma. A couple Toyotas, 1, 2, and 3 now. Lilith Peters jumps in there. First lap for Peters goes P2. Brandon Bikey goes P4. Andrew Cootie second lap faster, but only manages 7th. Dario's second lap put him 9th. Schermetta's second lap 10th. So a lot of these cars getting the speed on lap 1. Rip. What up, Joda? Long time no see. So Hoytsma, Peters, Evers, Bikey, and Carr, your top 5. .30 cars officially registered tonight. Minute left here in quali. 21 cars have put a time down. It's like Dingman's still trying to get a time in. It's like Dingman and Christopher, the only 2 cars still up to full speed. Christopher jumps up to 11th. It's like Dingman puts in a 58. For some reason does not populate in the list, so Lucas Hoytsma going to be your pole winner here. Ethan Evers, Mike Edwards, Scott Elston, Travis Martin sitting there at the end of pit road. That'll do it for quali. Lucas Hoytsma going to be your pole winner for Talladega tonight. Let's see if we can get a quick chat with Mr. Hoytsma, defending champion for the Cup Series. Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
Yo,
Well, sir, did you think you were going to put it on pole tonight for Talladega?
I did not. I know we got a lot of good speedway racers in here, so I was figuring, I could start top five, top 10 maybe, but pole sitter, feeling pretty good in this Bass Pro Shops Club number 97 machine tonight, but I'm a little worried. I'm going to have that Martin Truex like here at the speedway and wreck with 10 to go.
Or have a FedEx car beat you by 0.0001?
Yeah, do we have any FedEx cars in the field tonight?
No, but there is a Gibbs car behind you.
Oh, oh boy. Okay. Makes it a little better.
Jackson Carr's got the Ty Gibbs car too, so there's that.
Oh no.
I know you got a bunch of Toyotas to worry about. I don't know.
Oh
I think the
boy.
Chevys will.
Well,
I think the Chevys will come to life though.
yeah, they can't push though.
Yeah, they just turn people with those pointy noses.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think the race is going to be? You think it's going to be calm early on and try to make it towards the end, or you think people are just going to go balls to the wall from the drop of the green?
Well, we can make about 18 laps under green flag conditions on fuel. So I think we're going to hit some green flag pit stops here. I hope we can go green for the first 18 or 20 laps. I don't think it's going to be too hard. Just run single file or double file up top and not be too aggressive. But, we can never seem to stay consistent in this series plate racing. It's either great or we just wreck a bunch. So
Well, there's
it could go either way.
30 cars here, and 3 or 4 of them are brand new, so it could be a mess.
Yeah, that did not look good when I saw that 30 card show up.
All right, sir. Well, good luck to you, and you start from the best spot. We'll see if you can't keep it up there and talk to you at the end of the race.
Alrighty, see ya.
Lucas Heusman giving us a quick chat there. We have a 30-car field to run through for the starting lineup, so let's not waste any more time. Starting lineup presented by our friends at Labor 12. Oh my gosh, that is so close. Let's go ahead and get the starting lineup music in there. There we go. Awesome music from Labor 12 is Luca Heusman on the pole in the Bass Pro Shop Club's Toyota. Lilith Peters in the Luna Steak Sauce Chevy starts on the outside front row. Ethan Evers, a little bit of a throwback there. The Fort Worth screen printing KRP Toyota. Brennan Bikey in the 27 Team Watson Racing setup Chevy Viper. Starts in fourth. Jackson Carr's Monster Toyota starts in fifth. Justin Horton, Luna Steak Sauce Chevy starts sixth. Andrew Cootie, CCH Motorsports Chevy starts in 7th. Mike Edwards, the Autism Awareness KRP Toyota starts 8th. Paul Gallimore and Team Watson Racing Setup Chevy starts 9th. Peter Therio's VP Racing Fuel Chevy starts 10th. Mike Chris, Low Drag Esports Ford starts 11th. Travis Scrimmetta in the Low Drag Esports Chevy in 12th. Cody Cleaver's Mohawk Branding Chevy 13th. Ian Montrose Bass Pro Chevy 14th. Jack Carter in the Castrol Toyota starts 15th. Kelly Hyatt, the Craftsman Ford, starts 16th. Dave Hoitzma in the Labor 12 Ford starts 17th. J.R. Deal in the number 9 starts in 18th. Quinn Newton, Labor 12 Chevy in 19th. Jake Lawrence Chevrolet starts 20th. Jeremy Scherer Circle Chevy starts 21st. Travis Martin Ghostman Ford starts in 22nd. Dalton Hayes Quaker State Chevy 23rd. Papa Newell's Martin Sports Chevy in 24th. Nathan Harper in a Mustang starts in 25th. Nick Hammer, National Fallen Firefighter Foundation Chevy 26th. Cliff Mullins Race 22 Chevy 27th. Daniel Llewellyn, Labor 12 Chevy 28th. Mark Dingman Teamwork Chevy 29th. And Scott Elston's Traxxas Toyota starts in 30th. We made it. Made it the whole field. Pace car's heading off and we're getting ready to get this thing started. That was a lot of talking. Field rolls through the tri-oval, approaching the green flag. Hoitzman has to wait for the green flag to be waved before he can hit the loud pedal. And green flag's in the air, 66 laps at Talladega, halfway at the end of lap 33 when we give out bonus points to the top 10. Hoitzman jumps up to the top. Outside line usually gets a good run on the backstretch on these starts. Could be the logic behind that. Toyota leading 3 Chevys up top. 2 Toyotas leading 2 Chevys on the bottom. And there's that run we talked about. Top side just takes off on these initial starts. Now the 01 Lilith Peters going to drop down on the inside of Lucas Heusman. Lucas going to stay to the top. Nearly contact between the 27 and 39.
Thank you.
Bean Team 1, 2, and 3 on the inside. We already have 3 wide racing on lap 1. Jackson Carr is taking his Toyota to the top line. Has help from the 4. It's Andrew Cootie pushing him along, last week's Richmond winner. And here we go. Right from the get-go. We're going balls to the wall, 3 wide. Someone's bailing out, and it looks like Hyatt in a 33. Craftsman machine. Field races their way into turn 3 on lap 2. Mike Edwards finds himself in the middle of 3 wide back there. Ian Montrose closing in behind him. Quickly, the middle line just kind of vanished. We have a line at the wall, a line on the inside, and the middle was just kind of dissipated. The main pack is 24 cars long, and then they have a secondary pack that's dropped back 2 seconds behind the main pack. That secondary group is Nathan Harper, Cliff Mullins, Nick Hammer, Daniel Lawala, Mark Dingman, and Scott Elston. They believe they're going to be safer when they're not in this group as Travis Martin hits the wall in the Ghostman McConey setup shot car. Elizabeth Peters in the Bean team 1, 2, and 3. Then Ethan Evers in a 4th. Paul Gallimore, Cody Cleaver. It's the inside line starting to prevail. Outside line broken up by that middle groove falling apart, and now they're having to work to try to get that outside line momentum once again. Jackson Carr leads that second line. Help from Cootie and Bikey. They've gotten past the 2 of Cleaver. Now they're closing in on the 17 of Gallimore. Looks like J.R. Deal and Jake Lawrence peeking to the top. Help from Travis Martin. Jeremy Scher, Dalton Hayes all go up to that top line. Trying to split off Travis Skermetta there in the middle. An outside line broken apart again, but so did the inside line. Behind the Bean team, there's a gap from Peter back to the 26 of Ethan Evers. Jackson Carr pushing on that outside in that Toyota. It's going to get to the lead here and lead lap 4. Cootie pushing him. Great day, that was a push he just gave him. They could clear to the bottom. I don't think they want to. Carr staying in that second groove. So the top 4 on that middle line have broken ahead of the leader in the inside lane. Now Bikey's going to peek to the outside with Gallimore pushing. They're going to try to go for the lead on the high side. That's going to push the 54 and 4 down to the bottom. Should help the 71 who's dropped down there as well. Oh, a late lane change there from Cootie, but Skermetta able to stay off of him. Peter, there he goes, down to the bottom. Someone got shot to the bottom there.
Lift it up.
Can't tell if that was 79 of Dave Hoitzman. May have just gone down pit road.
Good save, everyone. That could have been bad.
Dave Hoitzman in the grass.
Dave needs a black hair. He got pushed in the pits.
He's going to get rolling again here and try to stay on the lead lap.
Odog?
Hey, Dave.
79, Dave Hoitzman. Mike Edwards on the outside with help from Lucas Hoitzman.
Home along to the 37.
You good?
And they drop down in front of Lilith Peters. Working lap 6 of 66. That looks evil.
Can I get the black cleared for getting pushed into the pit?
They go 3 wide for second here.
Yep.
There's Jackson Carr to the bottom to block Lucas Hoitzman's run.
It was Quinn.
Jackson Carr leads another lap. Somebody brushed the wall there. I believe that was Horton. Lilith Peters shoots to gap to the middle. No push for Peters though. So now we're stacked up 3 by 3, several rows deep.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Yes, that still exists. Jackson Carr to the bottom. We're getting quite a lot of contact between these cars now. It's starting to get brave, and that's when things gets kind of dicey. Heard in pre-race they can go about 18 laps on a tank of fuel. I'll be amazed if we make it that far the way we're racing right now. So car leads. Cootie, Hoytsma, top 3 cars breaking away. Skermetta, Evers trying to go up there with the Mazers. The 17 of Paul Gallimore hard into the outside wall.
I made contact in front of me.
Gallimore, we stay green because just that one shot from the 25 into the 17.
Because I checked out and he hit the wall. That wasn't you.
Driver's unhappy. What a surprise. Car's trying to Joey Logano it and lead every line when there's multiple lines, which is working so far for him. It can cause a huge wreck, though. Car leads lap number 8. Cootie, Hoytsma, Skermetta as we're going single file here. Cleaver, Montrose, the 9 of Deal, Lawrence, and Ethan Evers and Mike Edwards. Looks like they're trying to reform that outside line, but they don't have a whole lot of help up there. Now Mikey joins that outside lane. Oh, Mikey about wrecked the 26. It's going to scatter that outside line. The inside will pull up a few spots. Now we're single file all the way back to 10th. It's a 30 of Peter Theriot. Gets by Evers, as does the 39 of Horton. 25, that's Carter. Now we're back to single file. Now Carter wanting to make a move there in 12th. The Castrol Toyota peak to the outside. Now JR Deal gets pushed out.
Leaders, where do you want me?
Catching a lapped car there. I believe that's Dave Hoytsma.
Probably high. I would say we're all on the bottom here, basically, except for the middle.
I will stay high.
Car picks up another lap lead. Closing in on the lap machine, that is Dave Hoytsman, the 79. Make sure everyone gets by him safely here. Dave lost the draft when he got shot into the grass. He's going to try to hang on to the draft here and stay the first car one lap down and hope for a lucky dog. So everyone gets by him safely there. Outside lines formed up. It's JR Deal leads the brigade there on the high side. Jake Lawrence, Ethan Evers, Mike Edwards, and Brandon Bikey. 5 cars up top. Now Lilith Peters and the 30 of Theriot join them. Pretty big gap between the 9 and 68 there. Skermetta jumps to the top. And Lucas Hoytsma as well. They're going to go for the race lead here. They catch the lap machine of Paul Gallimore. That'll put Gallimore 2 laps down. He's been to pit road to repair damage to that 17 car. Hoytsma edges out front there just a bit. Still side by side for the lead. Inside line not really holding it down there. Scooty came up the track as did the 25. 2 different cars on that inside line jumping up there. Hoytsma and Skermetta get down in front of car.
I may pitch you a little bit there.
Bunch of cars down below the yellow line there. JR Deal, the help of Jake Lawrence now, going to push out to the lead. They split up, 1 car lead in each line. That's my favorite strategy. It works until the 3rd line forms. Then you need another teammate. Problem for them, their other teammate is back in 18th and 10 seconds behind the lead pack. Jackson Carr now up off the bottom. Still has Cootie attached to his rear bumper. They're on to the high side. Jake Lawrence has fallen back. Jackson Carr edges out to the lead. They're going to stay in that second groove all the way around. See if they now clear to the bottom or not. And Cootie's going to go down. There goes Carr down.
Hey, question, is there a yellow line rule or no?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
I mean, kind of. It's the official answer. Jackson Carr leads Cootie. Outside line being led by Bikey and Peters. The middle line's forming up. That's Carter in the Castrol Toyota. Long way to go in this race. We're closing in on what I didn't think would happen. Green flag pit stops. Cars in this middle line are going to have to get to the bottom so they can sort out their pitting. We're in that window. Probably want to go one or two more to just make the fuel number for halfway, just in case we go green all the way there. But if you're in the lead pack, you can pit and stay on the lead lap, which would cycle you to the front if the yellow came out. So all sorts of strategy. Carr leads another lap. Oh my gosh,
I'm gonna
Gallimore.
be pitting here, Cody.
68 pitting here.
There we go. First round of green flag pit stops coming up. Four cars peel off. They'll be able to get to pit road in a nice orderly fashion. Sure, we'll see quite a large contingent of cars this time by. So catching up to two lap machines. That looks like Scott Elston and Mark Dingman. So we're catching lap traffic while pit stops are coming up. This is going to get spicy.
Pitting. Like, 5 cars, go high if you can. 26 pin.
We'll see quite a few peel off here. Someone's in the grass missing pit road. I believe that's the one of Ian Montrose. Montrose is going to spin right in front of the 26 and 39. Both of them collect Ian Montrose as Montrose makes his mistake worse, taking out two other cars on the way back onto pit road. Jackson Carr into his box. 26 will probably have to take a fast repair there, and he does. He's going to have to scramble to try and stay on the lead. Surprised 54 is taking tires here.
82 pitting.
Don't normally see that. 25 of Carter leads Nick Hammer, Brennan Bikey. They're coming to pit road.
I got damage, Paul. Go ahead. I'll push.
F. Down.
So Carter able to go 1 lap longer than everyone else, but
I messed
probably
up our
to his own
strategy
detriment.
today,
Here
yeah.
comes Nick Hammer rolling onto pit road.
Yeah, definitely.
Bikey going to be your leader now, ahead of Cleaver and the 2 of Cody
Seems like the
Cleaver.
Hoistman household internet went out.
Yeah, they're having a bad thunderstorm, I heard.
Both of the Hoytsmas disconnect. They will finish 29th
Drag
and
the brake,
30th unless they get back in here.
Drag the brakes a bit more there, JR.
Bikey back down pit road. Carter going to lose the lead here to Cleaver. So Cleaver gets on by. Cody Cleaver and Andrew Cootie lead this race, but Cootie all the way up on the top side, not tucking in to draft here. Might be going to go try find Jackson Carr, which is 8 seconds back. But they've been working together the whole race, so we'll see. Comes that second pack that includes the 71 of Skirmetta, the 14 of Edwards, 30 of Therio, and the 26 of Evers. As they catch up to the front pack. All this draft and luck working out for everybody so far. Skirmetta ditches the 9, jumps down to the bottom. Now Edwards leading the outside line. 14 car pushes to the lead with help from Peter Therio. Lilith Peters also won this pack, so you got 2 of the Bean team in this group. And now Peters goes up to the top. Therio then leaves the 14. Therio jumps to the bottom. Peter Therio takes over the lead of the race. Fords and Chevys working together on the bottom and 2 Toyotas on the outside. Looks like Carter's right on the cusp of losing the draft back there. This pack would drop down to 8 cars, including the lapped car of Ian Montrose. Yeah, I heard they were having thunderstorms there, cookies and milk, so issues for the 97 and 79. Hoyt was having a really good race. Or Lucas was, at least. 14 leads that lap. Mike Edwards picking up a lap lead.
Jake, you tucked up to me.
Ethan Evers clears down in front of the 9.
I got you.
I'll be pushing on the straight, lifting in the corner to save time. I'm gonna try and catch back up there.
And indeed, the 25 has lost the main pack. So JC falling back in that 25. 8 cars left in that lead pack. Out front, Edwards and Evers. This is an awareness scheme for that 14 car. That's why it's so colorful. The full spectrum loop on the front hood there. I know most of you are used to puzzle pieces for the autism awareness, but they have decided that is not okay. Some people feel like it's trying to imply people are missing something, so they moved away from that. They've gone to that autism loop that you see on that 14. So cool to bring awareness to that in the month of April for autism awareness. Like the Bean teams jump to the high side back there at the back of the pack. Therio and Peters working to the outside. They are headed to the front too. They're coming in a hurry. A lot of momentum on that high side. Mark Dingman up there. Dingman is 2 laps down in that 82. So the 1 and 82 at the back of this pack are a lap down. Dingman 2 of them. They're catching Bikey all by himself up ahead. No draft for him. He'll be the next car to go a lap down.
I got a black flag from exiting the apron too early, even though I was way faster than the guy.
So that means you probably went up before, like in the middle of the turn, and then went back down, and then it gave you the flag after the blue cone. That's usually what happens there. Well, that outside line's kind of stalled out at 4th place here, just riding alongside Skermetta.
Already made up a second and a half, boys. Keep it up.
I believe that is this pack trying to catch up. Jackson Carr in 8th has picked up Cootie, as we thought he was going to do. They are losing ground overall. 8.5 back right now. Got a little better through the corner though. But down the straightaway they definitely lost out a bit.
Mikey, it's not them you gotta block.
Mikey.
On trap block, man. Just trying not to lose these drafts.
Mikey now a lap down. First car a lap down. Actually, no, because Montrose is ahead of him. Montrose is the first car a lap down. Dingman peeks to the outside there. Back single file in his main pack. Top 7 are in this group. Then you go back to Jackson Carr, the 4 of Cootie. Lawrence is in this pack.
I'm pretty aggressively pushing.
39 of Horton, and that's where they find the 25 of Carter also.
But I'm gonna have to pit here in the next lap or so.
And then from here we go back another 10 seconds.
Call it out.
We'll get you caught up.
Cliff Mullins, Quinn Newton, Dalton Hayes, Mike Chris.
I'll be good to go.
Then another second back, you have Gallimore, which is a lap machine, leading this pack of Travis Martin, Jeremy Shares. The yellow flies. Bikey has crashed. Stereo with him.
Call it out, please. Damn.
What happens here? It's like Peters gets into the back of Therio, turns him up into Brandon Bikey. Bikey goes around. That is just what the doctor ordered for Ian Montrose, as he should get the lucky dog. And I'm sure a lot of the field is very excited to be able to catch back up to those front 7 cars.
Pace cars back stretch.
Yeah, y'all need to go.
Clapper Newell and Daniel Llewellyn also very excited for this, as they are 22 seconds back. They'll get to come all the way back around. There's Llewellyn. There's Clapper Newell. Surprised they weren't working together. They were that close. Wait for Edwards to catch the pace car.
Yeah, y'all just go on by me, man. Let them clear the laps, because I've got like a lap uphill and I'm just trying to make it back around. Check up through.
Great wall shot there. Thanks, iRacing. So Edwards, your leader in the 14. Sure, we'll see everyone for fuel here. Because it's under yellow, some cars further back might take tires. Don't think our front 10 or so would. But you never know. Tires don't make a whole lot of difference, but they do help when you're making those sudden lane changes. Should see a lot of 8 and 9 second stops here. Leader Edwards hits his box. See no tires going
Lucky
on.
dog high.
Down and away for the leader. Looks like the Hoytsmas are back in, both of them. Probably try to help draft with their teammates. Lucas finds himself 10 laps down. Dave 13 laps down. 36 to go here from Talladega. Nick Cameron in the 11 has chosen to stay out here. Probably come back down this time and head to the back of the field, take his fuel. But he does pick up a lap lead due to where the start-finish line is here. The end of pit road. Bikey. So right now on the tail end of the lead lap. There is Bikey, and Dingman is the tail end of the one lap down cars. They may be taking wave around here. Then hoping for a caution. Because they can only go about 7 laps on fuel. Maybe 8. Significant nose damage on that 27. Looks like he's hit a light pole. Should see the 11 come down this time, I am sure. Does that, Elston would become a lead lap machine. Wow, Nick Hammer is staying out and Elston's coming to pit road. So Nick Hammer has decided not to pit here. 54 comes back down, Jackson Carr. Pits out of 7th. It's a wonderful shot of the back of people's legs. And Murr is going for the stage, as he reports in our chat. Carr comes down to top off the car. Never knowing that extra gallon of gas will get you where you need to go. Like Daniel Llewellyn liked that idea. He came down as well. For of Cootie. Long stop for Cootie. A minute and a half. We have Quinn Newton. Came down and topped off the tank. Bikey and the 82 of Dingman racing around to try and catch the back of the pack. They take the wave around here. They'll be both hoping for a quick yellow that does not involve them. Nick Hammer going for the stage points here. Trying to get that stage win for the 11.
It's telling me to let the 27 by, and I think he's in front of me already. Oh no, I see it, Brandon.
I might need the black clear on the start.
Nick Hammer, your leader here. He's going to roll the dice, go for a stage win. Mike Edwards alongside. Row 2, Ethan Evers, Cody Cleaver. Clint would struggle with that row. Travis Kermetta and the 9 of Deal, row 3. Eric gets us going.
Lucas
needs a black clear, please, for pass on the yellow.
Hear an echo. Hammer jumps out to the lead. Edwards drops down between Hammer and the 26 of Evers. Now Evers up to the top in front of the 2. Outside usually gets a hell of a run here on the backstretch on a start and restart. We're 4 wide down on the apron. That's going to be a wreck. Mike Chris comes across the track.
Yeah, I don't know
how to tell you this, but I was there.
Somebody was there, they think.
You left the whole lane open, and then you just turned it on there.
Nick Hammer involved in that
Guys,
one.
please hold your brakes when you're wrecked.
Scrimetta's under the line. Travis, Mike, Chris. Looks like there's a bit of a gap there. Hammer didn't think it was. They kind of disagreed over that. Around goes Mike, Chris, Travis Scrimmetta, Cliff Mullins, 15. A lot of carnage. I wonder if the Ghost Man made it through there. Nope. Riding on board with Travis Martin. Here goes Mike Chris across the track right in front of him. Lands in his lap. He gets hit from behind.
Hey, where's the 63?
Does the 4 make it through?
Going
That's Cootie.
coming out too.
Where they took fuel there to go back to the back.
Are you gonna make it around in time for us to come in the pits?
Well, the 4 and
what
54
now?
both get tagged in there.
It's telling me that you have to pass me. Are you gonna make it around in time?
Oh my gosh, stop talking. Right along with Cliff Mullins here. Obviously, he was right in the middle of this. Gets in the back of the 25 there. And then 15 and the 33 both get Cliff Mullins. Turn him. Clapper Newell gets a piece. There's the 88 of Quinn Newton. I think the Hoytsmans make it through. They're all the way at the back there. Riding along with Lucas here. Things start happening, blocking the track. He actually tags the outside wall by himself there, trying to slow down. It's right behind his dad there. Oh my gosh. Dave did a great job missing everything. Like Dingman not so lucky. He had taken the wave around, remember? He gets a piece of it there. You saw the camera get involved. There's Gallimore. See Montrose in the 1. Montrose shoots to the bottom. He may make it through here. Nope. Mark Dingman comes and hits the door of the 1, but he still does pretty good. Just a little door bang for the 1. He should be okay. Quinn Newton right in the middle of it all. One's doing okay, then Gallimore gets him in the quarter panel. I don't think he hits anything too hard, though. Newton ought to be okay. There's so many cars to check. It's about 50-50 on you and the 71, I would say. You left a gap on the bottom. He started to go for it. You came down. He didn't lift. Wow, the 07 makes it through there. That's close. So a lot of cars coming down, taking actual tires here. Some fuel, some stay out. Top 10 cars stay out here. All right, we can watch it again, man. I don't mind. Cautions are long. Oh man, just jump into Dave's car. It's going wherever it wants to. It's gonna go really fast once it starts going. It jumps to Dave's car again. Cut it out. And fast forward. Well, it's jumping everywhere now. All right, so you're up by that white line, right? Right side tires. There's enough room between you and that yellow line for a car. And he goes for it, and see, you're drifting down now. You're no longer right on that white line. You're in the middle now. So you're drifting down. And, you know, he'd already committed to going down there. And then he doesn't want to pass below the yellow, so he's trying not to get pushed down. And, yeah. Then hell breaks loose. But, yeah, there was gap, and then there wasn't gap. Yeah, I make it feel straight as an arrow, and it's still not. All right, we're about a half a lap away from getting restarted here. Top 10 cars have stayed out. Mike Edwards, Ethan Evers on the front row. Then you have Cleaver and Deal, Lawrence and Hayes, Carter and Newell, Therio and Bikey. First 5 rows. Still have 25 on a lead lap. As Mike Chris catches the back of the field. All 25 are in the main pack. Mark Dingman 1 lap down in the 82, so his wave around worked out for him, as it did for Gallimore. Now that drivers have calmed down, we'll unmute driver chat.
Nick, I saw your message, Nick. All good.
Pace car heads off. We're getting set for the restart. One more pit stop to come. Edwards and Evers, teammates on the front row for the start. Waiting all the way around to the tri-oval. There's the restart. Mike Edwards gets us going. Edwards going to move up to the top lane. I'd be shocked if the 9 doesn't make a move. The top lane just disappears. Top 5 cars have broken away already. Lawrence leading that bottom line. Now down comes the 2 Toyotas. Deal goes with them. Looks like the 2 of Cleaver goes down, leaves Dalton Hayes. Quaker State Chevy leading that outside line is now Clapper Newell. Splits around him, and now Hayes going to go back in the middle. Clapper Newell and Bikey. Dispatch of the 47 of Dalton Hayes. Quinn Newton trying to make a recovery up there in that top lane all by himself, going 3 wide. Bikey trying to push the 27.
Might have to let you go here, Bikey. My front end's all damaged.
Clapper Newell trying to get out of the way. Bikey's trying to stick with them. Hayes is going to reclaim his spot on that outside line. Clapper realizing he can't lead a line. He's going to fall back in that 21. And now we're almost single file again. Travis Martin. First car out of the bottom line.
Big bump traffic.
Newton shoots down below the yellow line. Outside there is Travis Martin, Dalton Hayes, 27 of Bikey. A little bit further back you have Mike Chris, and I believe that was Lucas Weisfeld pushing Mike Chris. Inside lines, Edwards, Evers, Deal. Deal's going to pop up in front of his teammate, try to take over the lead here. 2 Toyotas are going to go up there with him.
Sorry, Graham. Sorry.
Oh, Mike Chris gets turned sideways. Now we got 3 wide. JR Deal goes all the way to the top, as I thought he would. Mike Edwards going to jump in front of him.
Sorry, Mike. They were all over me.
Alright, well, we survived.
Now the front's Cody Cleaver. Mohawk branding Chevy. Oh, there goes Dalton Hayes, spit out from the field, takes out Ian Montrose, and their wreck is Owen. Montrose goes around. Dalton Hayes, Cliff Mullins, Spikey. Cars coming in late, collecting Peters.
Oh.
0-1, very late to that.
What the hell? What was that?
Cliff Mullins very angry about that.
Got bumped down into you.
Very late add-in here.
Archibreak Adam is not in this race.
Peters hits
Yeah,
Mikey
try
and the
breaking on it.
37. That was entertaining. So where'd that start? Montrose-ish?
Pace cars on the backstretch.
Hayes and Montrose, I think?
Going 180 plus. There's not much I can do there, bud.
We're going to go back to far chase
That
because
was
this wall
seriously
is not
better
very
than you guys.
see-through.
I don't know what y'all are doing up there.
We're going to look at the 47 of Hayes.
Well, I mean, I had to check up, and then you just bumped me and turned me.
Oh, he got bumped from
Nope,
behind.
I got shot into you because
Yep.
the people up front were all over the place throwing blocks. Unbelievable.
Mike
Not holding
Chris.
the line either.
Looks like Mike Chris gets into the back of Bikey, shoots him into Dalton Hayes. Looks like Hoytsma gets into Mike Chris, so it's an accordion all the way back from the 97 of Hoytsma. Well, Lucas is going to get Mike Chris, who gets Bikey, who gets Hayes, and then Hayes shoots down into Montrose, and then that comes back up the track with Mullins, gets Bikey, Quinn Newton's involved. Scrimmetta might sneak through there. Oh man. I think Scrimmetta does sneak through there. Good job, Travis Scrimmetta, getting through that one. So as the front of the field on that middle line checked up, the message wasn't received at the back of that pack.
When you come into pit road.
Be sorry.
Drivers hit their box, top off the tanks.
Clearly, because you should know better.
Who is Jake all upset with now? I guess the 25. .25 hanging to the left like he's not supposed to. Jake does a good job avoiding him though. That was wild. That was a season 1 out of marker break. Oh gosh.
What's the black for?
Was it that bad? Kelly Hyatt leads, staying out here when the rest of the field pits. Lucas Hoytsma looking for a wave around. Nick Cameron's retired from the race. He'll fall down to 30th if he stays out and the two Hoytsmans stay in. So this will make Lucas 9 laps down instead of 10.
You good, Dubin? You good? All good.
Thanks, Joe.
Take a look at our fast repair situation now that we have crossed halfway. See who's still got him. Top 5 still have him in the pack. Ethan used his. Travis Martin's used his. Travis Scrimetta's used it. So has Cliff Mullins, Lilith Peters, Paul Gallimore. Of course, right when I hit the split, it goes back. We'll wait patiently. And there we go. Ian Montrose, Jeremy Scherer, Brandon Bikey, Nick Hammer all use their fast repairs. So I'd say a little less than half the field. But a pretty good number have already used their fast repair. They're going to have to calm down for the next 20 laps or so. Still have one more pit stop to go from here. Not until we get inside that 18 to go can people think about making it to the end. Let's see if Hyatt's hanging out in race chat. Right. Kelly Hyatt, DG, got a copy? Hello? Kelly? Kelly don't want to talk to us.
If you're broadcast, I can hear you, but I guess you guys can't hear me.
Nope. Field works our way down the backstretch. We're about a half a lap away from getting this race resumed. On lap 41 of a total of 66. Kelly Hyatt, Cody Cleaver be your front row. And you have 14 of Edwards, a 25 of Carter, a 9 of Deal, 26 of Evers, 68 Lawrence. Harper is in 8th. Dalton Hayes 9th, and Travis Martin your top 10. What up, Cody? Hello. iRacing pace car is about to head down pit road. We'll be back underway.
What is going on?
People are angry and it's under
Parcel
yellow.
checkups.
Pay attention. Come on.
We're back underway. Man. Hyatt jumps out to the lead from the bottom. See if they move to the top like most of our leaders have. Not this time. I wonder if Edwards will pop up there. Cleaver gets bailed on the top line. This will actually be one of those rare times the bottom is going to surge a little bit here. As the run's going to be coming from Evers, he's going to catch Cleaver very quickly. Hyatt gets pushed up off the bottom by Mike Edwards. Edwards lets Hyatt back down. And here comes the 54 Jackson Carr with Cootie. Led a lot early on. They've jumped to the top. Evers trying to find a way around Cleaver. Tucks back in line behind. Now Evers clears. Evers going to drop to the bottom inside of Cleaver. Believe that middle line is going to prevail here. Cleaver's going to get the push. Jake Lawrence right in behind. Cleaver to the lead. They get a big gap. Usually that's a bad thing. Dalton Hayes falling back through the middle. Travis Martin there with him. Now that is 26 of Evers jumping out of the line there. Now Carr and Cootie all the way to the front from that high line. Great move. So those two have been working so good all race together. They're back out front. Here comes Therio and the 26 of Evers. Evers not able to follow Therio. Now we get some 3 wide going on a little further back. I believe that was Martin Mullins into the wall. That's Hoytsma going around. And yellow back out. Gallimore is involved. Lowallen, the 85. Scott Elston. Mullins gets into the wall in the 37. He won at Daytona. And hard hit for the 85.
I'm sorry, what? How many green checkers do we have? 1 or 3? 3.
Pace car, backstretch, exited turn 2.
I was going to say too many. Car's still trying to find the pace car. Pace car has taken off on the fields. And there's the pace car at the end of the backstretch. Good gracious. Pace car is booking. So you can get a quick chat with Jackson here. Jackson, DG, got a cut.
Oh.
Hello. Hi.
Jackson, no.
How's it going?
Strategy and fucking drags him.
I don't know. Me and Cootie are like, do we stay? Because I want to pit. Because I think I only need 20 laps. My thing's saying 20 laps.
Right on that cusp.
No. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna pit. I hope everybody else goes with me.
We're gonna put him back in driver chat so we can work that out then. See how many he drags down with him. Pretty much the whole field. That worked out well. Car getting everybody to go with him. Did not expect them to stop when they were short on fuel, but here they are. The 39 at Horton misses the box. Now I'll bring him back in. Okay, now I'm bringing you back. I didn't think anybody was going to pit there, so I pulled you up here.
We're good.
10-4. Well, you find yourself leading. Cootie's been pushing the crap out of you all night long, and it's been a very good connection with you two. You think you got what it takes to hang on to the lead here and fight it out to the end? Think Cootie's going to put maybe a last lap move on you if you do?
I don't know. We're not really, we're not compatible, if you know what that is. So basically, every time he hits me, I feel it so much worse than if I were to push him. So, you know, we're trying those Chevy noses. Definitely, you know, they're, if you push really hard, you're going to feel it, but you usually go pretty fast. So, and these Toyotas have the flattest rear, so they're usually the best ones to push. So, I think given the chance, I think he will go for the win, but I would take a P2. Like, obviously, if I get the chance to block him, I would do it. I'm not going to wreck him for it. So,
10-4.
the whole race.
You came out of the pit
Crazy,
stop. The
anyways.
green flag stop. You're, what, 8 seconds back, and he dropped back to find you. How much did you appreciate
Yeah.
that?
Well, in the end, it didn't really matter because of caution, but yeah, we were catching, so I didn't really think we were going to make it because we had just 3 people, so I'm really happy that he dropped back, and, you know, I worked with him a lot, so we're just going to have to see here with everything that's happened. I'm just glad we don't have another green flag pit stop because I did everything perfectly except I didn't uncheck my tires, so I came out of the pits way behind.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, why are you taking tires here? That's very strange.
Yeah, and it's so hard getting through the pack, especially now they changed the model, and this draft's nothing like. I'm having a really hard time pushing because this thing doesn't drive like what I'm used to. What I'm used to is I could just slam the dude in front of me, and he would just rocket ship, and I could cool. But now, when you hit somebody, it doesn't really rocket them forward. It, if anything, it like drags you along, so you can't really cool. And I don't know. I don't get it. So we're trying our best. We're learning.
10-4. Well, good luck to you, and we'll see if we're talking to you in another 20 laps.
Hope so.
Jackson Carr in that 54 Monster Toyota. Talking about working together with that 4 of Cootie on the top side. They're going to be side by side for the restart. Row number 2 will be Evers and Terrio. Row 3 will be Horton and Newton. Row 4, actually row 3 will be Newton and, yeah, Horton's just so far ahead that it looks really weird on screen. And row 4 will be Hayes and Cleaver. And row 5 will be Edwards and Harper. $20 to go from Talladega. If you believe that 18 lap fuel number, then some of these guys might run out. Especially if they're leading a lot. So it could be a act of let's not be in the lead. Which will make things interesting. You heard Jackson Carr say he can go 20. Remember, we got pre-race was 18. It'll be quite interesting if we stay green, but let's be real, it probably won't. Getting down to pay window time. People are going to be a little bit more anxious, aggressive, making moves that you wouldn't make early in the race, or at least some of us wouldn't. Pace cars heading down pit lane. I'm willing to bet we'll be 3 wide by the end of the lap. It is in the go time. Guys in the back need to make moves. 24 cars on the lead lap. Here we go, back racing. Green flags in the air. Jackson Carr is going to jump up in front of Cootie. I believe they'll hold that line all the way around 1 and 2. As that outside has proven time and time again to be the way to go, although there's a bit of break back to Horton. It's not going to propel that outside line as it usually does. There goes Cleaver down to the bottom. He wants to lead the inside line. Top 6 have broken away. Single file in that outside line. See if they decide to move down. It's like 15 of Share with the 33 of Hyatt on the high side there. Feels going to have to bunch back up. Then we'll start seeing a bunch of crazy side-by-side. But we did not see 3 wide, so there is that. I would have lost that bet. How's Clifford? Clifford's 18th. There's Clifford. There with Mikey. Inside line starting to catch up to those cars that were running that middle groove. Cleaver leading that line as they've gotten by Peters now. There goes Jackson Carr, spit out by that pointy nose on that front end of the Camaro. Just as he had talked about in the interview there. Oh my gosh, gets airborne, takes out the Ghosts. And the yellow flag flies as Jackson Carr punts the 68 of Lawrence and the 63 of Martin. And the Ghosts get wiped out of the race. A Ghost crew of Travis Martin, Jake Lawrence, teammates. I don't think he expected the car to go airborne there. So Peter Theriot finds himself leading this race. Car still making the way back to the pits, but he is pretty far behind. That car obviously suffering some damage. Travis Martin took the tow. Jake's car doesn't look too bad. Jake's still on the lead lap, 22nd. Jake might be alright. Theriot leads with 16 to go. Anybody that had a question mark on fuel ought to be good now. Question is, do you come in and top off for those green-white checkers? In the field with a resounding yes. They're going to come and get extra fuel here. May have been a car or two staying out there. And Cliff Mullins, 37, has stayed out. Cliff, of course, won at Daytona to start the season. Like Dave Hoyt and Mark Dingman behind him, they're going to be upset that Cliff has stayed out here. Dingman gets the lucky dog. Mark hanging in there all race long, gets that lucky dog finally. Been a long time coming for Mark. Get that lucky dog. Yeah, I thought we were going to get away with that one, Rowdy, and then car got airborne coming back on the track. Let's rewatch that. That was crazy. Toe link broke after the wreck there. That car is struggling. So let's see what happens. Far chase will be very helpful. Cody pushing the heck out of him. We heard him say in the interview he really feels it when he gets pushed. Right there. Just the 4 was going up, 54 was going down. They hit, sends the 54. And it looks like he's going to be okay, and then ramps. And that just shoots him into the traffic. Obviously, he wouldn't have done that if his wheels were on the ground. It had to be jarring if you're inside the 68 or the 63. Let's watch that from Travis's perspective. That has to be absolutely terrifying. Go back to the beginning of the tribal. See if you can see it happen. So he sees the car go down there. Riding along with Travis Martin here. And here he comes. Oh my gosh. That is terrifying. Yikes. So that puts Martin on pit road for repairs. As we see the back of the pits. Beautiful. Yikes indeed. I agree. That was terrifying, Travis. Hope you're okay. Sitting on your car there on pit road. Like, I wouldn't have thought a car would ramp there either, so I can't really blame car too much for that. I had never driven through that part of the grass. I would assume it would be flat enough that I could turn and not be shot into traffic. So Therio leads because Mullins is saving fuel on the apron, but Mullins is actually the leader. He's just shutting the car off and not maintaining pace speed. Cars behind him should just go around him. You can hear his car is off. So they're rolling down the backstretch. Every time he starts to lag back behind that pace car, I would just pass him. Field heads into turn 3 with the lights out on the pace car, so we're getting ready for another one of those restarts. Be 13 to go when we get to the stripe. Pace car points towards pit road. Cliff Mullins going to lead the field back to the green. Daytona winner leading at Talladega. Green flag back in the air. Mullins jumps on that loud pedal. It's a big jump. Very big jump. Edwards pushing Therio on the outside, and Therio drops down in front of the 39 of Horton. That is 3 Bean Team cars lined up on that inside now behind Cliff Mullins. Comes Cody Cleaver and Andrew Cootie on the outside. Dalton Hayes, 4th car on the outside. There's 30 car dips below the yellow line to get to the inside of Cliff Mullins. Mullins dropping back through the middle now. Mike Edwards is taking over the race lead. Cleaver now 2nd. 4 of Cootie in 3rd. Now he's going to jump to the outside, see if he gets any help. Feels very broken apart right now. Top 5, a bit of a gap. See Jake Lawrence on the high side all by himself. Now the 30 of Therio goes all the way to the top. He's going to get shuffled out. Cootie went to lead that outside line, but here comes Cliff Mullins with the 88 of Quinn Newton, and that's Mike Chris and Travis Skermetta all lined up there on that outside. Bunch of low drag teammates. Can get confusing because there's multiple teams that people are on multiple. Here comes Lawrence trying to use Deal's draft through the middle. Mike Chris gets into the outside wall. That may help that middle line. Cliff Mullins trying to hold off Jake Lawrence. JR Deal body slams the 88 of Quinn Newton there. They make door-to-door contact, pushes the 88 up towards the wall. Mike Edwards continues to lead, the action being in the middle of the pack here. Kelly Hyatt split in the middle as Montrose on the inside, Quinn Newton outside. Jake Lawrence pushes Cliff Mullins around as those two lead the second line. Now would be a good time for Cleaver to pop up if he wanted to try and take the lead. Cleaver decides against it. Now we're side by side for the lead. Mullins has worked his way all the way back to the front. The help of Lawrence and Deal. 39 of Horton gets down on the apron briefly. Ethan Evers shoots to the top lane. And they're wrecking in behind. I believe that was Therio. Bunch of cars getting sent down pit lane. Somehow we're still green. That can't last. But these cautions are controlled by iRacing, so we can't just throw one for fun. Mike Chris has stopped on the track. I'm sure that'll bring it out if someone goes near him enough. There it is. Quinn Newton and Mike Chris eventually get the caution triggered. So Cliff Mullins, Jake Lawrence, Mike Edwards, Cody Cleaver, Dalton Hayes, your top five now. I'm sure Mullins has already got the car turned off. Trying to save as much fuel as he can. He's in no hurry to catch the pace car. We have 3 attempts at a green-white checker should we need them. And I feel like we're going to need them. Typical Talladega. Business picks up towards the end of the race. Early part, everyone's nice and cordial. Kind of how it works in the real Talladega races too. That's also why I have the driver chat turned off right now, because I'm sure it's just a whole lot of not fun. So Mullins out front. It's a very dirty race car. Cliff, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah?
Well, sir, you restarted out front by staying out. You dropped back quite a bit, and then all of a sudden you're back up front again. How was that restart?
And I kind of went a little bit too early on that restart, and I got sucker holed pretty bad. And then got in front of the low drag guys, and we fought our way up there on the outside. And then I don't know what happened. Quinn and Mike, they are right now currently bitching about it, trying to figure out what the hell happened. Because it looked like Quinn slammed on the brakes, but my car got kicked sideways, and he said I was not even close to hitting the brakes. So I don't know what that was, but got back in line and got in front of Jake and just kind of put myself back in this position again.
Yeah, Jake and JR definitely know how to run these races, and those are good cars to get in front of if you can stay there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, how are we looking on fuel? I know you're a few laps shy of everyone else, about 5 laps.
We should be good right now. This caution definitely helps.
But then we get into that green-white checker situation. How do you feel about that?
I should still be okay.
Really?
at least for 1 or 2. 1 or 2, we should be okay. If we get to 3, we're going to be in trouble.
All right, bud. Good luck to you.
All right, thank you, man.
Cliff Mullins currently leading right now. Let's see if we can find 68, Jake Lawrence. Jake, DG, you got a copy?
Boom!
Hello. We find ourselves up there in second in your beautiful pink machine. I love that car, by the way. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I actually like this car a lot. I saw it and I was like, oh, I have to race it.
Feel like I gotta have it. Well, it looks great out there. How are we feeling? You pushed Cliff Mullins up there too, back to the lead after he restarted up front, got sucker hold, and you and JR obviously working together as well as pretty much you always do on these types of tracks, and you do it to perfection. I have to say, you're always on that high line, and it's always making some hay. So you guys find your way to the front. How are we feeling about it out there?
Feeling pretty confident. I'm not sure what happened under caution here to JR, but it'll be interesting to see how things pan out when green hits for sure, and see if we stay green.
So we got some shenanigans under yellow. So you're telling me I need to go back and look?
I believe a car was trying to catch the field and just wasn't paying attention and hit him.
Oh no. Let's look in on the 9, see if he has the damage here. He looks okay. Maybe he came down and took a fast pair.
I think so. I'm not fully aware of what just happened. All I heard was, "Are you kidding me?" Here. Okay.
Yeah, he pit and 14-second stop, so he got 4 fresh tires. He can find you pretty fast.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the plan.
10-4. All right. Well, good luck to you. And well, let's pull up JR and ask him. JR, DG, you got a copy?
Good morning.
We got you in here with Jake. We're just trying to figure out. I heard you maybe got tagged under yellow there.
I got my ass plowed.
Oh God. It's a family show, sir.
I mean, the car we was going pace speed, and he hit me going at least 120.
So obviously you took the fast repair because your car doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, I had to. It broke my toe link in the back of the car.
Oh my, you got really plowed.
Yeah.
You didn't even get dinner out of it?
Nope. He didn't even offer anything.
Jeez. That's just rude. Well, hopefully you can get back up there to Jake because you boys were putting on a show up there in that Highline, and I want to see it. I'm here for it.
I'm going to try my damnedest.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Appreciate it, brother.
There's JR and Jake Lawrence, 2 Ghost Crew teammates there, part of the 1010s racing machine. They are currently second, and then JR is going to restart in 13th. You still have 22 on the lead lap. Jackson car 1 lap down. That car was in rough shape, but now it's driving straight, so at least he's got something to contend with. If he gets another quick yellow, he'll be back on the lead lap and still in contention. His draft partner Cootie currently back there in 7th on the inside line. Field working their way down the backstretch as we're getting set for the restart. Cliff Mullins going to be a race leader on another restart here. Maybe he learned last time not to get too big of a lead. Mike Edwards sits there in 3rd, Cody Cleaver 4th, Dalton Hayes and Ethan Evers in row 3. Lilith Peters and looks like the 4 of Cootie is for row number 4. Then row 5 is going to be Skirmeta and the 27, Brandon Bikey, in what he calls his Chevrolet Viper. The Block, welcome. Thank you for the follow. A couple of Chevrolet is going to lead us to the green flag here. 6 laps to go at the line. Do have 3 attempts at a green-white checker if we need them. Hopefully we don't. Nobody really wants to see that. Mullins already has a significant lead there. Field wraps around the trioval, gets to the restart zone. Mullins on the loud pedal. Edwards this time goes with him. The Cliff not going to get that huge gap he had. We'll see if Edwards pops to the top here. There he goes. Kind of as expected. Top line, one of these restarts is just so OP coming off of 2. Mullins is going to go up there too. Edwards might slice under him, and he does. Edwards leads the inside line as they make contact. Cliff Mullins turns Edwards into the outside fence. That's going to wreck quite a few cars. JR Deal gets a piece. Man, oh man. That happened in a hurry. I think Jake Lawrence may have got a piece of it as well. I think that's his pink car sliding down the track. Tough. Tough way for that one to go. Let's try far chase here. Edwards gets to the inside of Mullins. Mullins comes down into Edwards and, yeah, just not clear. Turns Edwards into the outside fence. Mullins gets banged into. Hyatt comes back up the track, hits Lawrence again. Yeah, tough break for Jake Lawrence. having such a good run going. See the initial part. Jake's just following behind Cliff. Cliff tries to get him behind Edwards, but misjudges it. Bikey gets a piece. Llewellyn gets up against the fence. Here comes Hyatt. Hyatt collects the 68 of Lawrence. Lawrence ends up backwards against the fence. One more hit from Hyatt there. Let's see how Gallimore gets through here. Gallimore sees it coming and goes all the way to the apron immediately. Gets a little bit lucky there. Probably hit 70 of Mike Chris, but it didn't register. Like Jackson Carr, see if he got through cleanly and gets the lucky dog or not. There's the accident pushing up ahead. Carr trying to be very aware of everyone around him, trying to make sure he gets that lucky dog. You can see how careful he's being. That's fun. So Carr should get the lucky dog indeed. See Therio. Therio's towards the back of this pack. To watch JR deal, I think he gets Quinn Newton there. Hopefully it's all door contact for the 9. He should be able to continue on if it is. See JR behind Jeremy Clapper Newell. Gets to that outside, starts to make that third line go with Bikey. And then bam! Cliff Mullins. So he does get a nose hit from Mullins. Gets a rear tag, gets a door tag. 3 of the 4 sides of the 9 got hit there. Let's look at rear chase. I don't think his nose is too bad. A little bit of left front. It's not too bad. If he stays behind the car, he'll be alright, but he won't be able to lead a pack. He is on pit road getting the damage repair as best he can, though. Dalton Hayes, the Quaker State Chevy, is now your leader. We're going to look at who still has fast pairs, because that is good information to have at this point. Hayes still has one available. Cootie, Cleaver, top 3. Still have faster pairs. Mike Chris in 10th still has one. And then the rest of the top 20 has already burned it. And looks like the 25 of Carter still has one, but Carter has retired from the race. Quinn never saw a wreck he didn't like. Oh, Breezy. You're too much, my friend. Carter Block has fallen out of the race. He retired back in 27th? Yeah, 27th. So if Travis Martin makes another lap, he'll fall to 28th. Travis Martin will take over his spot, but Martin is on pit road for the last 20 minutes, so I don't know if Travis is coming back. Travis not running for points, so he doesn't really have anything to gain by coming out there for a lap, but if he had a fast car, maybe he could help his teammates win, but I don't think he's going to have much of a fast car at this point. Let's see if we can get a chat with Dalton, see if he's hanging out anywhere. There he is. Dalton, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's been a wild one here in the second half of the race. You find yourself at the best spot up front. How do we feel about your odds of holding on for another 4 laps?
I don't know. It's probably going to get a little crazy. Give me just a second, Swiss. Top lane. Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
I called that out already, but he apparently was not listening.
It happens.
Yeah, you have that. How are you?
I'm well. We're just watching your wreck avoidance for most of this race. You've been around it, but mostly avoiding the big contact. Still have your fast repair left, and your car's in good shape. So far, so good for you. You and I think the top 3, about the only ones that still have a fast repair, plus Mike Chris back in 10th.
Yeah, I have a 12X, but it's all been on just like, I think the most I've had was 11 seconds of optional, so.
Been very fortunate so far.
Yeah, you could say that.
All right, well, we've chosen the top lane here. We still got quite a while as we're sitting 1 and 2 here. How do we feel? You've got Ethan Evers there, obviously working with the Fort Worth Screen Esports boys. Who else you got up there? Trying to see. Not a whole lot of help outside of Mike's back in 13th.
Yeah, Ethan, and I don't know if Trav would help me out or not. He might. That's probably about it. But no, I chose the high line to go with Ethan, of course. trying to
Man.
work with those guys.
That high line's been very powerful when he starts and restarts coming off of turn number 2, so it's probably not a bad spot to restart.
What's the odds that we make it to the white flag?
0.03.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
All right, bud. Good luck to you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Drop Hayes back on his team chat as we get to turn 3. Let him get the strategy planned out before we go back racing here. See the Ford out on the flat. The top 6 cars, been 13 laps since they've been to pit road. Should be able to make it on this, the regular end of the race. This is going to be a natural green-white checker. After this, bets are off for those top 6 being able to have enough fuel. So we got Cootie low, Dalton Hayes high. The green and white Quaker State car of Hayes is your control car for the start. So the 4 can't go till the 47 starts going. He's in radio chat with the 26, so he should get a good push here. The field working their way around that trioval. You'll see the blue on the apron, and now they can go if they want to. Hayes gets the launch with the 26. 26 actually not as good of a start as you would think he would get, being on the team communication there. Hayes gets a pretty sizable push out in front, which we saw Mullins do. Evers closes right back in on the back bumper of that 47. We are on the green-white checker. If we can make it back this lap, the next lap would end the race. Mark Dingman splits out wide. Dingman up into the top 5. Spent most of the race 1 and 2 laps down, and here he is up in 4th. Nice recovery for Dingman. Mike Edwards has gone all the way to the top. Are we going to make it through 3 and 4? They're trying to go 4 wide. This is getting hairy. So far, we're making it. Do we make it through the tri-oval? Ethan Evers splits to the bottom. Lilith Peters, Justin Horton goes to the top. Mike Chris is going to come in and push Ethan Evers. They take over the bottom line. Top line. Bean team has Peters and Horton up there. Mike Chris giving a shove to Ethan Evers. Shoved him all the way out front. We'll see if Mike Chris jumps up in front of Peters here. There he goes. That's what I would have done. Now Cootie's pushing Evers. Can he push him enough? If they get down into 1 and 3 and 4, Ethan Evers out in front. Cootie second, Cody Cleaver third, Mike Chris is 4th. Cootie's going to set up the pass here. They're wrecking in the background, but we're going to watch the leaders. Cootie into the tri-oval. Ethan Evers in front. His car's wrecking into the tri-oval. Ethan Evers, the 26 of Ethan Evers, is going to get the victory at Talladega. He's going to be pumped up about that. Cootie finishes in 2nd. Cody Cleaver finishes 3rd. Mike Chris brings it home 4th. Dalton Hayes ends up with a top 5. Lilith Peters, Ian Montrose, Daniel O'Wallen, Brandon Bikey, and then J.R. Deal rebounds for a top 10. Man, oh man. So many things happened there. We'll have to go back after and catch all the replays of all the carnage. Quite a few cars still trying to make it back around. Travis Skermetta just crossed the line. That will do it. We will end on our scheduled lap 66. Ethan Evers in a throwback. Brag moment. It was my first ever paint scheme that I was victorious in Sidewinder, and Ethan said he wanted it, so I painted it today. And here he is, getting his first Sidewinder win in the Cup Series. Actually, 2nd. He won in the 8 car. First time in the 26 he's got the win. Burn it down, KVRP.com. Fort Worth screen printing on the side is drawn up like our old Marable Mobile Detailing logos used to be. It was a lot of fun to paint today. If we can get the top 3 to the interview room, Cody Cleaver, Andrew Cootie, and of course, the 26 of Ethan Evers. Let's start pulling folks. Let's see if we can find Cody. Cody, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, we bring it home 3rd today. How is it out there in the old Mohawk branding Camaro?
I mean, it was a pretty good day. I was running up front most of the day, kind of for the first half of the race. Just wanted to chill a little bit. That's wasn't pushing the issue any, but became pretty obvious in the last half once there was let's just say a few more cautions being thrown, a little less respect being shown around. It's like, all right, I think I need to stay up here and force the issue a little bit more. So that's about how it was for me. That's how I saw it.
It's about how we all saw it. About halfway through the race, everyone decided it was time to go, and all bets were off. And yeah, staying up towards the front was the name of the game. You were able to do so, bring it home third. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for us tonight.
Yeah, we'll shout out the boys at Blockbuster. I think we had a fairly good night. I haven't seen the actual results yet, but
Ian came back for 7th, so yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, so shout out to those guys. Ian and I worked pretty well for most of the night when we were able to. Scott had some luck issues in the first half and wasn't with us, but still good to have those guys in. Um, Shout out family and everything, especially in the next coming weeks. As I've told you before, I've got a big move coming up and they're going to be pretty instrumental. So shout out to them. Yeah, that's about it.
Well done.
Shout out. Yeah, hold up. Shout out to you for broadcasting. Shout out to Ethan for running this shit.
There you go. All right, bud. Congrats on that podium finish. We appreciate you, and thanks for running the trucks, by the way. And we'll let you get on out of here. Good luck on the move.
Yeah, boy.
Let Cody get back down there and bring up Andrew Cootie. Andrew, DG, you got a copy?
Yep.
It's interview time, my friend. You were able to bring it home P2 after you lost your buddy in the 54 there. Looked like you're trying to set up the 26 for a move there. Did you just have nothing for him, or did you just make the move a little too late?
No, I was locked on to him until we got off of 4, and that 2 decided he wanted. I dragged the brake to try and basically get to him back to the 2, but the 2 wanted to push or to try and pass me instead of pushing, and yet he still ended up finishing the exact same place that he would have finished regardless. Me and Jackson were working really good together the entire race. I mean, it was kind of unfair for the first half, to be quite honest. I don't know if anyone was just kind of chilling, but like it was kind of unfair because I was pushing Jackson and we were driving away in front of everyone, and then we'd shuffle back because I got too hot, and but it was fun. I've probably run more laps at Talladega in the last 3 days than I have in my entire life. But
It'd be that way when it's Talladega week.
that and I had the NR Cup Series, which was 4 hours of 188 laps, and it was absolutely horrific.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
I still ended up finishing in the top 10 there, but yeah, I was just finished second. I wanted that win because it's. I'm not going for playoffs or anything like that because I can't. But
just here for trophies.
I'm just going for trophies. But yeah.
10-4, well, strong run tonight. You still get your sponsor shout outs, so go ahead and hit me with the shout outs.
Yeah, well, I wanted to thank Jackson first off. CCH, Abruzzi Racewear, Rod Car, their Super Speedway League, one of the longest running Super Speedway leagues in iRacing history. They've been racing for years. B&M Hammer Productions. I want to thank my best friend Ross for helping me all the time, and my fiance for always sticking by me all the time. So we're planning a wedding, so trying to figure all that stuff out,
And everyone goes, "Aw."
Yeah.
All right. Well, congrats on the P2 finish tonight. We'll let you get on, P2 finish tonight. Let you get on out of here and enjoy it.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
It's an average finish of 1.5 in 2 races in Sidewinder so far. Now we bring in Ethan Evers in the 26. Ethan, DG, you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
I knew you would be jacked up for this interview.
Dude, we did it. Finally.
What's this week crap? You did it. I just painted the car.
But it's still the team. It's a team effort. These kind of races take a lot of work for a team play. It's not just a one driver kind of thing. You got to have a lot of help.
Yep, a lot of help, a lot of luck.
Yep, that's true too. I don't really know what happened with Cliff and Mike. I just saw them wrec him, but we luckily got
Cliff wasn't clear
by that one.
Cliff tried to get in behind Mike, and it just was not clear.
Yeah, I mean, whoever was under me, they gave us enough room to miss it, or else we would have been in it. So I appreciate that. And we had to use our fast. Ian missed pit road or something happened where he was in the grass, and I T-boned him, and I had to use my fast like the first round of pit stops.
Yep, we were watching when that happened. We saw your fast
I
repair
was
pop
so
out.
mad right there. I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me?
Fortunately, it happened when you were pitting anyway.
Oh yeah, I had to do an audible though, and put
Right.
that fast on because I already had it checked off.
Cliff says he really needs to learn where that damn bumper is. That's twice he's done that rookie shit. Oh my
Man,
gosh.
I was lucky though that Cody Cleaver was third there because I had a mutual partner there, and I knew he'd kind of go with me if the four made a move. So I was definitely banking on that, but I was dragging the hell out of the brake down the backstretch to make sure he didn't get that run. And then when we got to the trial oval, I just gassed it up, and I noticed that we had that much space. So I was like, well, we got this.
Yeah, the Ford definitely said he tried to back up to Cootie, to Cleaver, and then he said that when he did, Cleaver just turned left and tried to pass him. So
Yeah, I
it was
knew I had
awesome.
a partner there, so I was like, oh, the numbers work out. Dalton, I had to thank Dalton as well because he chose the outside lane and he didn't really have to, and he helped us out there. He's a little upset with me. I called out a run that was going high of us, and we kind of got left in the middle, and he went to block that run, and I went to block the low line, which actually helped me and hurt him. So Dalton could have come away with a victory as well. So got to thank him for making that move, making that block.
10-4. You go ahead and get all of them out of the way, all the sponsor shoutouts and friends and family and everybody that ordered a T-shirt.
Man, there's so many people that order a T-shirt. I don't even remember all the names, but we appreciate them ordering it because that helped us out a lot. It helped you out a lot, so we appreciate that.
100%.
And gotta thank Mike for racing with us each week, even though he hates listening to me all race long. Asking him, I'm always asking him what we need to do. And but gotta thank caverp.com for sponsoring us. Gotta thank you for the sweet car, man. Before I forget about that, that's just your first league win, correct?
Yep. When we won
Yeah.
Xfinity race at Charlotte, beat Nick Hammer, and yeah, it was this paint scheme. It had Marable Mobile detailing on it, so we remade all the logos to look the same.
Yeah. So I wanted this one so bad. I had to get it. That's why I asked you to paint it up like this. It felt good to get that out of the way.
Dalton
Gotta
says
thank
all good in
John.
chat, by the way.
Hey man, Dalton, I appreciate that a lot. Gotta thank Fort Worth Screen Printing. Check John out this weekend here at Dega.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all check him out.
A lot of us are on the
Elite.
car.
Yes. Gotta thank Elite Performance Industries for being on the car with us. They help us out with setups. Maribel's Mobile Detailing. Outrun Esports. Labor 12. I don't
There
know
you
if
go.
Randy was with us tonight.
No, not tonight, but he's always watching these, so.
Yeah.
Him,
Shout out to
Jacob,
Randy.
all of them watch it. Ross is the only one that I don't know if he watches it too much, but I'm sure he sees some of it. He catches the highlights.
For sure. Them guys are cool though.
Yep.
I think that's all of them, but man, that was fun. I'll remember that one for a minute.
10-4. Always remember your first one, and it's funny to get your first one in the same paint scheme.
Well, this is the second one. Remember, I've had
Second
against
overall,
101.
but first one in the 26.
First in the 26, and that was very exciting to get it in the same paint that you got it in.
Yep.
So,
All right, now we got to get you to win on something that isn't a super speedway.
I'll try. I try so hard. Maybe I'm pretty decent at Charlotte, so maybe we can get one there.
Hey, there you go. All right, bud. Congrats on the victory tonight. Go enjoy it, and we'll see a lot of pictures in the team Discord later.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
It's Ethan Evers picking up his first victory in the 26, his second overall in Sidewinder. Let's look at our final results here. Had 30 cars tonight. Very healthy car turnout, as you normally see on these restrictor plate tracks. Ethan Evers with the win. Andrew Cootie, Cody Cleaver picking up podiums. Mike Chris and Dalton Hayes round out the top 5. Lilith Peters, Ian Montrose, Daniel Llewellyn, Brandon Bikey, J.R. Deal picking up top 10s. And 11 through 20, Peter Theriot, Mark Dingman, Scott Elston, Cliff Mullins, Mike Edwards, Jackson Carr, Jeremy Clapper Newell, Kelly Hyatt, Justin Horton, and Travis Skirmetta. And the final page, Jake Lawrence had a great run going all night long, ends up 21st, disappointing there. Nathan Harper, brand new to the series, finished 22nd. Quinn Newton, Lucas Heusman had that issue with the power going out. He was at one point, I believe, 12 laps down and finishes 7 laps down. So that's impressive. Made up 5 laps there. Paul Gallimore finishes 25th. Jeremy Scher, then I believe it's Jacques Carter, but I'm going to go ahead and say JC because that's what they told me to call him. Then you have Travis Martin, Dave Hoitzma, and Nick Hammer all getting credit for starting tonight. 30 drivers. Very cool. Have to say thank you to Fort Worth Screen Printing and the folks at fwscreen.com. They help us put on our broadcasts, also fwspdesign.com. The first website is if you want to get your custom merchandise created. The second one is if you want to purchase stuff like John Garrett's Archer gear. Check it out, fwspdesign.com. Thank you to John Garrett. Thank you to Ethan Evers running the series for us. Thank you to all of our Sidewinder admins that help us put on the show each and every night. And then, as always, thank each and every one of your faces for watching our broadcast. We appreciate it. We'll be back here again tomorrow night with the Truck Series. Hope you will come on back and join us for that. As always, it's been DG Swiss for the DG Broadcast Network. Thank you so much and have a great night. Bye-bye.